There is no sweeter sound in the world than children's laughter. Ask any parent. Giggles that flow as easily as tap water. Smiles that warm the coldest hearts.
She was just really funny. Everybody just loved her.
A 10-year-old whirlwind. She threw herself into gymnastics, into life. Wanted to be a kindergarten teacher someday. But it was the laughter she's remembered for. She could make anyone laugh.
Very full of life. Our house is very quiet right now.
There are so many directions a life can take. Paige Scheidemann had all of them before her. So many decisions, endless possibility, so many firsts yet to come. But now,
I feel like our whole life is defined before and after. Before the accident and after the accident.
there is a freedom that all kids quickly discover on a bike. Metal and chains expanding their world, making long distance short. Paige was no different. Putting rubber on pavement and pushing pedals with a 10-year-old's enthusiasm, she guided her bike down the street. Her church group was on its way over. She wanted to be the first person they'd see.
It was only probably 5-10 minutes after that I heard a lot of sirens.
The commotion drew Todd Scheidemann out of the house. A neighbor said a little girl had left the comfort of the cul-de-sac, rode her bike onto a busy road, was hit.
And I walked back to the house, and that's when it went south real quick.
Paige is in the house, he said. Paige is in the house, right? And I said, no, she's out riding her bike. And I just remember him saying, she better not be out riding her bike, so the little girl just got hit. And I just knew.
It's about an hour drive from Fremont to the hospital in Grand Rapids. On Sunday, October 19th, it felt like an eternity.
Then the doctor came in finally and talked to us after a couple hours and started with, well, you know, her leg's broke, and her spleen's injured. This is wrong. And I was just kind of holding my breath, hoping he wasn't going to say head injury. But he did.
She wasn't going to make it, he said, and the dreams every parent has for their kids began to drain away. All of those firsts they'd look forward to. First love, first job, first child, were all replaced by one moment, a moment they didn't ask for and didn't want. Led to her bedside, they were allowed to say goodbye.
It's just sad. It's just a terrible grief. I don't think you know grief until you lose your children.
Her spirit was gone, but her body remained, held somewhere between life and death by technology, waiting for her parents to make a difficult decision. Todd and Cheryl leaned on their faith hard.
Since Paige saying, Daddy, give those organs. It was just a no-brainer, do it.
It wasn't hard saying yes, it was hard believing that it was done. That absolutely, beyond a shadow of a doubt, there was no brain function, no hope.
A little girl needed a heart, another child needed lungs, yet another a liver, kidneys for 2 adults.
I remember just thinking, I just hope they know how much that little liver was loved, how much that little heart was loved. And I remember thinking, I hope it's going to somebody who's adored.
2 days after she was hit by a car and declared brain dead, Paige Scheidemann, a girl with a giving soul, gave a gift of life. They say it was faith that got them through it all to deal with such a loss. But comfort has come with knowing that somewhere there are smiles, somewhere there is laughter, somewhere a little girl will experience all of those firsts stolen from Paige early on.
Well, maybe it's the first time that little girl ever can do gymnastics, or the first time the other girl can ever run and play and breathe.
Sometimes life takes us places we don't want to go, but hiding behind all the darkness and all of the pain, next to the flowers and ribbons of something so sad, if you look carefully, you can find hope.